Chapter 7, Mishnah 3. The Mishnah teaches the law that applies when a seller makes two statements that contradict each other. If the seller said, I am selling you a base score as measured by the line, a little bit less or a bit more, a bit less or a bit more, his second statement of a bit less or a bit more cancels his first statement of as measured by the line. Therefore, a discrepancy of up to 7.5 kav per base score is accepted, as in the second case of the previous Mishnah. And if he made the statements in the reverse order, saying, I am selling you a base score a bit less or a bit more as measured by the line, his second statement of as measured by the line cancels his first statement of a bit less or a bit more, and no discrepancy at all is allowed, as in the first case of the previous Mishnah. In both cases, we follow the last statement that the seller makes. These are the words of Ben Nanas, who holds that whenever a person makes two contradictory statements one after the other, we assume that he meant the second one to stand. The Mishnah now turns to a third case, where the allowable discrepancy is even greater than 7.5 kav per base core. If the seller said, I am selling you a base core that is within these markings and boundaries, then the law is that even if the field that is within the boundaries given by the seller is up to 1/6 less than a base core, that is, it is missing up to 30 kav, the buyer keeps the field as is, and he does not receive any refund. Since the seller clearly stated that he was selling the field that is between the boundaries, and the buyer accepted this, the sale stands even if the field is quite a bit smaller than a base score. But if the field was missing more than 1/6, the buyer deducts the corresponding amount from the purchase price. Similarly, if the field is up to 1/6 larger than a base score, the buyer keeps the extra land. But if it is more than 1/6 larger than a base score, that is, it was more than 210 kav, he must return all the extra land.